back to New Rockstars. It's me, MT, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever just gave us a new look at Namor's tribal clothing thanks to Empire Magazine. And my god, does this fish look fresh? It's some fresh fish. Look at him, dude is about to emerge from the sea, dripping harder than your average scuba diver. But what can Namor's MCU outfit potentially tell us about his power set? Because if this small look at what we got of Namor in this first Wakanda Forever trailer is any indication, this amphibious adversary ain't afraid of anything. So let's see if we can find out why, my nerd babies, because I have a sneaking suspicion that Namor might just be an avatar of a god, much like Moon Knight is with Khonshu. But first, do not forget to hit up newrockstarsmerch.com today to pick up our latest obsession shirts inspired by She-Hulk and House of the Dragon. They're not gonna last forever, people. So please head on over to newrockstarsmerch.com if you want to support the channel and look good while doing it. All right, so I have a feeling that Namor the Submariner will have a strong link to dragons in the MCU, and this very link will inform how his powers will work and function in Wakanda Forever. Specifically, his phenomenal strength, which has allowed him to go toe-to-toe with the likes of the Thing of the Fantastic Four, as well as Hulks like Red Hulk and She-Hulk, as well as his highly perplexing ability to fly. Namor can fly. I don't know if you knew that. And this seems pretty abundantly apparent to me from his apparel, and something that I have been suspecting ever since we got that first look at Namor concept art slightly before the first Wakanda Forever trailer dropped. Because this gold, green, and red blue headdress that Namor wears on his head very much resembles that of a dragon-type creature, a feathered serpent deity that I believe to have strong links to Aztec mythology, as well as the Great Protector from Shang-Chi in the MCU. I'm talking about the MCU adaptation of the feathered serpent god known as Quetzalcoatl, that I believe is represented by this wall art of a dragon that Namor touches in the first Wakanda Forever trailer. According to Aztec mythology, Quetzalcoatl was the revered protector god of the wind and the rain to the ancient Aztecs, whose name literally means feathered serpent, which is very convenient. And this god has been said to have been around for multiple cycles of life on Earth, as Aztec mythology believes that the Earth has been destroyed and reborn a number of times due to the actions and sacrifices of the gods. But though he was a god that appeared as a serpent a lot of the time, Quetzalcoatl did have a human form as well, a form that we just got our first look at in the MCU really quickly in Omnipotent City in Thor: Love and Thunder. Portrayed by actor Nico Cortez, the green-skinned Quetzalcoatl can be seen listening to Zeus in a feathered headdress with the same gold, green, blue, and red color scheme as Namor, colors commonly associated with his serpent form. And I think that this will be extremely significant to Namor's powers because, like in the comics, it appears that Namor will likely have the ability to fly. Though we have not seen it yet in any of the publicly available Wakanda Forever footage, we do know that Namor will likely have his signature wings on his ankles, as we saw in that concept art, wings that have been closely associated with the character's ability to take flight. And I believe that these wings will be the gifts from Quetzalcoatl himself, the Aztec god of the wind, to Namor, his avatar, giving Namor the ability to glide on air currents like a dragon. And much like Khonshu gifted Mark and Steven with increased durability and strength in Moon Knight, I believe so will Quetzalcoatl do with Namor's superpowered strength and durability. Like, Namor is one of the most powerful people in the Marvel Comics Earth, and I think this is the MCU reason as to why. Like, I believe that in the MCU, Quetzalcoatl will be revealed as the very same race of flying sea serpent present in the mystical land of Talo as seen in the Shang-Chi movie, with a similar protective affinity for the human beings that worship them. And if this is the case, I would be willing to bet that we are going to see comic book Namor's ability to do hydrokinesis manifest itself at some point in Wakanda Forever. Because if you remember from Shang-Chi, one of the Great Protector's primary methods of battle was through the use of waterbending, hydrokinesis. And comic book Namor has used waterbending in the past to part the sea like Moses, as well as flood a prison cell of his enemies with toilet water, which is a pretty shitty way to go. Get it? Because toilets have poop in them. But the reason why I believe the MCU Atlanteans will have a strong link with Aztec culture is because of how Atlantis came to be in the Marvel Comics, as the sinking of the kingdom of Atlantis was directly caused by the Celestials angrily triggering a catastrophic genocidal earthquake and flooding known as the Great Cataclysm that happened around 18,000 BCE in the comics. Now, if we consider that Aztec mythology believes that Earth was destroyed and reborn 4 times in the past, and that the celestial sinking of Atlantis is pivotal to their origins in the comics, I'm willing to bet that Quetzalcoatl was worshipped as a god in Atlantis before it sank and very much influenced their culture to make it appear much like the Aztec culture did thousands or even millions of years before the Aztecs even existed, when the earth reformed with life after the cataclysm. This might serve to explain why there are temples that look somewhat similar to Aztec temples when we see S in the Searcher destroy the suspiciously potentially Earth-like planet in the first Guardians movie during the Collector's presentation. This could very well be the sinking of Atlantis and the destruction of all life on Earth as part of the celestial plan. However, we also know that the vibranium meteor that hit Earth millions of years ago in the MCU's past could have also been the culprit of this great cataclysm in the MCU and behind the sinking of Atlantis, as a deep impact such as that could have potentially devastated the Earth as it was at the time, which would be a great reason for Namor and his people to not care much for the thriving nation of Wakanda that sits on the very rock that caused his people to go under the sea. But regardless of how MCU Atlantis sank, we do know that some Atlanteans survive and adapt to their underwater condition. And I'm thinking that Quetzalcoatl, the god of the wind and rain, took pity on those Atlanteans who worshipped him and gave them the ability to thrive underwater and not die, birthing the blue-skinned Atlantean branch of humanity. But this all being said, I sincerely believe that Namor will be presented as a sea serpent dragon avatar in the MCU, imbued with the powers of Quetzalcoatl and the Great Protector, as they likely come from the same race of dragon. You know, much like the Black Panther is imbued with the powers of Bass the Panther God, and Moon Knight is with Khonshu's powers. But only time will tell. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. You can follow me at MasterTainment on Twitter if you want to see me tweet some weird shit and really fun theories, but more importantly, you can follow New Rockstars wherever we are on social media. Do not forget to hit up newrockstarsmerch.com so you can get our newest, latest Obsession shirts that are not gonna last forever. But yes, thank you guys so much for spending time with me, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.